Good morning, my beloved Biafrans. I greet you today with fire in my heart and tears in my eyes. I greet you with the same blood that runs through our ancestors' veins, blood that has been spilled too many times, blood that cries out from the ground for justice. Whether you are in Lagos hiding your identity, in London building a new life, in Aba struggling to survive another day, in Atlanta sending money home to feed your family, I see you, I feel your pain. I carry your burden. We are not just having a political conversation today. We are having a conversation about survival, about existence, about whether our children will know what it means to live without fear. Let me be blunt. We are a people under siege. In 1966, they attacked us in the north. Over 50,000 Igbos lost their lives. Not soldiers, not warriors. Ordinary people, traders, teachers, civil servants, children, families were destroyed, communities were devastated, and what did Nigeria call it? Communal clashes, crisis, anything but what it was, genocide. Then came the war, 1967 to 1970, 3 years of hell. They surrounded us, they starved us, they turned food into a weapon. Do you know what it means to watch a child die from hunger? To hold a baby whose stomach is swollen, whose eyes are empty, whose body is wasting away? 3 million Biafrans died. 3 million. Most of them children. The world watched. The world took pictures. The world did nothing. And when we finally fell, when we could fight no more, they took everything. Your grandfather's house in Port Harcourt, gone, abandoned property. Your father's life savings in the bank, 20 pounds. That's all they gave us. 20 pounds for everything we had built. They called it reconciliation. We call it robbery. But here's what breaks my heart even more. They never stopped. Today, right now, as I speak to you, our young people are being targeted in the streets. Unknown gunmen, they call them. As if we don't know what's happening. As if we don't see the patterns. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sits in detention. A court ordered his release. A court. The highest court in the land. And what did they do? They ignored it. They spat on their own law. Because when it comes to Biafrans, laws don't matter, courts don't matter, justice doesn't matter. Look at our roads. Look at our infrastructure. Look at what they've given the Southeast. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. While other regions get railways, airports, seaports, refineries, we get checkpoints, we get soldiers, we get neglect. They take our oil, they take our gas, they take our taxes, and they give us marginalization. Count the ministers, count the service chiefs, count the heads of parastatals. Where are the Igbos? Where is our representation? They tell us we are part of Nigeria. But when it's time to share positions, suddenly we are too ambitious, too clannish, too problematic. When it's time to contribute to the economy, we are Nigerians. When it's time to benefit from the economy, we are Igbos. Let me tell you something about Igbo people that makes me proud, even in the midst of this pain. They tried to destroy us, and we rebuilt. They took everything from us, and we started from zero. They gave us 20 pounds, and we turned it into billions. Today, walk through any market in Nigeria. Who is there grinding, hustling, building from dawn till midnight? Igbos. Go to Newi. They call it the Taiwan of Africa. You know why? Because we built industries with our bare hands while they gave our federal allocation to others. Go to the diaspora. In America, in Europe, in Asia, Igbo doctors, engineers, professors, entrepreneurs everywhere. Why? Because they taught us that we can only depend on ourselves. They denied us government jobs, so we built our own businesses. They refused us bank loans, so we created our own cooperative systems. They abandoned our region, so we built our own roads with community contribution. This is not just survival. This is revolution happening every single day in every market stall, every apprenticeship, every business transaction. They wanted to break us. Instead, they made us unbreakable. But let me be clear about something. Economic success is not freedom. Making money while living in fear is not dignity. Building businesses while your brothers face injustice is not true prosperity. I am tired. You are tired. We are all tired. Tired of burying our children. Tired of explaining ourselves. Tired of begging to be treated as human beings in our own country. Tired of watching court orders being ignored. Tired of seeing our leaders detained illegally. Tired of military checkpoints on every road. Tired of being called terrorists for demanding our rights. Tired of being labeled troublemakers for asking questions. This is why I say Biafra or nothing. Not because we want war. God knows we've seen enough blood. Not because we hate anyone. We don't have the luxury of hate. We're too busy surviving. But because we have reached the end of patience. Because we have tried everything else and nothing has worked. Because we refuse to raise another generation of Igbo children who have to apologize for existing. Biafra or nothing means we will not accept being second-class citizens anymore. Biafra or nothing means we will not bury any more children for a country that doesn't value us. Biafra or nothing means we deserve a homeland where our lives matter, where our votes count, where our children can dream without fear. Some people say this is extreme. Some say we should compromise. Some say we should be patient. Patient. We've been patient for 60 years. Compromise. We've compromised our dignity, our safety, our very existence. Extreme. What's extreme is watching your people die generation after generation and being told to stay calm. The international community is watching, and I want to speak to them directly. You who lecture us about democracy, where is democracy when courts are ignored? You who preach human rights, where are our human rights when we are killed for peaceful protest? You who talk about self-determination, why does that right not apply to us? You supported South Sudan, you intervened in Kosovo, you recognized Timor-Leste, but for Biafra, silence. Why? Because Nigeria has oil. Because Nigeria is strategically important. So our lives are worth less than petroleum. Our children's future is worth less than your economic interests. History will judge you just as it judges those who stood by during Rwanda, just as it judges those who ignored the Holocaust until it was too late. To my fellow Biafrans, I know your hearts are heavy. I know some of you have lost hope. I know the struggle seems endless. I know there are days when you wonder if freedom will ever come, if this suffering will ever end. But listen to me. We are still here. After everything, we are still here. They tried to kill us in 1966. We survived. They tried to starve us in 1970. We survived. They tried to erase us economically. We tried. They are trying to break us now. We survive again because we are Biafrans, because we are Igbos, because we carry a spirit that cannot be destroyed. Every business you build is an act of defiance. Every child you educate is a soldier for our future. Every time you succeed, despite the obstacles, you prove that we cannot be suppressed. They can occupy our land, but they cannot occupy our spirit. They can detain our leaders, but they cannot detain our consciousness. They can ignore our court orders, but they cannot ignore our existence. To the Nigerian government, I have one message. You are sitting on a time bomb. You can deploy all the soldiers you want. You can arrest all the activists you want. You can kill all the protesters you want, but you cannot kill an idea whose time has come. You cannot suppress 20 million people who have decided they deserve better. You cannot maintain a country built on injustice. History has proven this again and again. Every empire built on oppression eventually falls. Every system sustained by violence eventually collapses. The question is not if Biafra will be free. The question is how much more blood will be spilled before you accept the inevitable release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, obey your own courts, allow a referendum, let people decide their own future. This is not radicalism. This is democracy. This is what you claim to practice. Or continue down this path of repression and watch as the situation becomes something no one can control. My dear Biafrans, let me end with this truth. Freedom is not given. It is taken. not with violence, but with unwavering determination. Our freedom will not come from Abuja. It will come from our refusal to accept slavery. It will come from our economic power that cannot be ignored. It will come from our global advocacy that shames the oppressor. It will come from our unity that transcends individual differences. It will come from our children who will not accept the fate we were forced to endure. Keep building, keep fighting, keep believing, document every injustice, amplify every voice, support every brother and sister, excel in your fields, raise your children with pride, never apologize for being Igbo. The road is long, the burden is heavy, the night is dark, but dawn is coming. I feel it in my bones. I see it in your resilience. I hear it in the cry of our children who refuse to be silenced. Biafra or nothing is not a threat. It is a promise that we will never stop until we are free, a promise that we will never accept less than our full humanity, a promise that our children will inherit dignity, not oppression. They have killed our bodies, but they have not killed our spirit. They have taken our resources, but they have not taken our resolve. They have denied us justice, but they have not denied us hope. We are Biafrans. We are unbreakable. We are unstoppable. We are inevitable. I say, our ancestors did not die in vain. Our children will not suffer in vain. Our struggle will not be in vain. Biafra will rise. Not because it is easy, not because it is certain, but because it is right. And when that day comes, and it will come, the world will remember that there was a people who refused to die, who refused to surrender, who refused to accept anything less than freedom. Until that day, we fight, we build, we survive, we thrive. Chukwu Okike Abiyama, give us strength, give us wisdom, give us victory. Chukwu Gozie Biafra. May God bless Biafra. May our children see the Biafra we are building with our tears, our sweat, and our unbreakable will. Thank you. Stay strong. Stay united. Stay Biafran, Biafra, or nothing.